Good afternoon. Welcome again. This afternoon we will be doing a small still life of the two vegetables here. We're going to be doing a still life with the sweet pepper and the tomato. I want you to make sure that before you get started, make sure you have everything with you. Make sure that you have all of the right color coloring pencils. Make sure you have your sharpener and a good eraser, because a good eraser is always needed. So we're starting out this still life and remembering that a still life is a group of inanimate objects. This is very brief, but I wanted to show you that you always start a picture with a good drawing. Make sure the drawing of the forms are as accurate as you can. So spend some time, first of all, to get the drawing right. So the first part of this lesson, I want you to spend making sure your drawings are accurate. And to do that, you're going to have to make sure that you look and see the forms for the way they really are. So try to make sure you practice seeing and observing everything that you see before you. All right? So the first thing you're going to do is draw it accurately. Know that the tomato is a sphere shape. This is more or less, these are natural forms, but this also has like a cylindrical, like an oval shape to it, maybe cone type shape when I'm talking about geometric forms right now. But you're gonna have to look at it and really see the contour lines and the organic lines that are working in it for your drawing. But remember now, the drawing is just the beginning. It's the one-dimensional going to two-dimensional, and now when we start to shade, we're going to take it into the three-dimensional where we see the actual form with light and shadow. So that's what we're doing now. Once you've started, then we're going to make sure that you draw in your shadow underneath the form. Make sure you have it surfaced, and also include in your drawing what we call a baseline. When you're drawing a still life, try to center it as much as you could, and make sure your drawing takes up the majority of the space on the paper. So now we're going to be working in the positive space. Of course, the surface is the negative space. The baseline, where it indicates where the objects are sitting. I'm talking about the line that shows this. That's what we're going to call, this is the in the negative space. So notice I'm working with the shadow. I'm working with the objects in the positive space. So today we're going to shade just a portion of it, showing you the blending technique again, so as to reinforce the lessons that we've been working with the shading techniques. I'm going to shade a section so you can see how to transition from the lighter value into a darker value, or vice versa, from the darker value into the lighter value. I'm going to do a section of the sweet pepper as well as. So let's get started. I already started already. So right now, this is the lighter areas of the tomato. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep going in that area. So I'm going to come with my yellow orange. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start working with my yellow orange in this section. And I'm going to blend that into the light. Now there are some specific areas of light that are hitting. So I don't want to get into those areas. I want to make sure I leave those areas blank. Okay, so I noticed that there's some darkness coming from around here, but then there's also some areas up in here that are white. So coming out of here, out of this area has a lightish area, but it also goes into the white light. So I'm going to come out of there. So into my lighter area, you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to get there. I know this color is very light, so sometimes it's hard to see it. And now I'm going to notice I am shading with the side. I'm layering. I'm going to get my yellow. I'm going to blend my yellow into that so as to get some more tones, because the tomato is like a yellow orange, but it has some reds inside of it. So I'm building up my color in the lighter part. I'm leaving my white areas white, I'm going to look at my form to see what's going on in there. So I see more of my orange coming around in this area. So I'm going to get my orange coming in there. So I'm going to get there, get that a little darker. I have license to do that right now because I could see it in the form. So don't do it unless you see it. I noticed that some of you have a habit of drawing what you feel it looks like, not what you actually see. And that's what we call stylizing in art. We don't want you to draw what you think it should be. We want you to draw what you actually see happening on the form. So I'm going to blend that darkness out of there. And then I'm going to come with my yellow because you can see some yellow tones working around on this side of it. So I'm going to come in there with my yellow. And then I'm going to blend out here in there. And then I'm going to keep building and building and building. And I'm going to add my yellow coming around in here. Let's see what's going on this side. I see that the red-orange is working over here. So I'm going to come over on this side. And I'm going to come in here. And then I'm going to get some of my orange and blend in that so it could look more orange than the other color. Okay, than the red, darker color. So I'm going to go out here. Now if I want to add in a little brown, or maybe seeing that has a dark shade, I can go and lightly put in a little bit of my dark shade in there. I could add my brown in there. Okay, so I'm going to blend and I'm going to keep going until it looks like the darkness that I want to see happening in the form itself. Okay, so I'm going to build that up and build that up until it gets to the point where I want to. Same thing with the green. Let's go over to the green section. So we're going into our green, and I'm going to get my green coloring pencil, and I'm going to go now. I'm seeing that this is in the front. To give the appearance that this is in the front, I will have to darken this shadow around in here so as to give the illusion on my flat surface that the tomato is in the front of the sweet pepper. So I want you to always remember that. So you're going to have to make it darker, make the dark shadow as it come out of there. I'm going to blend it up a little. I'm just going to do a small section of my sweet pepper as it come out of there. I notice there's a darkness coming out on this side as well. So I'm going to press hard in the darker areas. Leave it light in the lighter areas. What's happening on the top here as we see it over here. So I notice it blends out into the lighter shade. And I'm going to add in my brighter green in here too, because it's you tend to use the colors to make it look like the color you see happening on the form. Okay, so I'm going to get in here. I'm going to blend this in here too. And then I'm going to get my yellow because I do see some yellow greens. I'm going to get this one. This one I use mainly for the eraser. But I'm going to put some of that in there, and I'm going to blend in my yellow in this section as well. Okay, so we're going to work that. Then we're going to keep working it until we get the whole form of the sweet pepper. Same thing with the shadow. Same thing with the shadow. Notice that there's some darkness under there with the shadow. So if I want to, I can come with my black coloring pencil. And I can get that very close up underneath my form to take it away from the table, my darkness. Then I can blend that out. Remember, there's no line around a shadow. And seeing that I want it to be brown, I'm going to get my brown and I'm going to blend that in so that you can see some tonal values working in your shadow. And you're going to work that. I'm just going to blend that in some more. Notice I'm taking it slow. And as I get up close under the form, I am going to make it darker. Press harder for darkness. Ease up on your coloring pencils for lightness, and then I would continue my entire picture, my entire still life of the two vegetables until it's totally completed. So you're going to work on that, and as you as you work with your coloring pencils, I know you will be improving your techniques. Some of you are doing an excellent job, so continue the good work.